you have ever hated your body at one time? How many of you have ever felt pressure to be thinner growing up? Yeah. I grew up in a dysfunctional family. My parents were worried because I had a crush on a girl, Sarah Lee. 93% of college women are dealing with eating stuff. I think the number's higher because nobody wants to talk about it. 1 out of 5 people in this room, that's 2 people a row, is dealing with some kind of eating issue. Emotional eating. How many times have you eaten? You come home from school, you're like in limbo land. Should I study? Should I work out? I've got an hour before I have to go do blah, 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 so you hang out with your friend in the fridge. Anybody? Right? Or tired. Oh God, I have to study for this test. I hate this subject. Give me some Doritos. Anybody? Yeah? Sad he didn't go. He doesn't love me anymore. Where is the chocolate? Did you know less than 8% of women in the world are able to look like a supermodel, and yet these are the images we see, right? Okay, guys, how many of you have ever wanted to date one? I know you want to raise your hand, dude. It's okay. Anybody? Yeah. Well, it was a trick question because you wouldn't want to date her or her because they're dead. They have eating disorders. They had bodies to die for, and literally that's the price they pay. And diets are really just a binge waiting to happen. My stepmother used to tell me I was fat. Anybody ever been told that you were fat? Somebody was probably trying to help, but it hurt. When I was 12, I read an article about a singer who had died from taking laxatives. Didn't seem to bother me she had died. All I could think of was she was so skinny. So I tried them. 10 the first time. I felt skinny, and I got hooked. You know, I had all 3 of those: out of control eating, purging, and the obsession, but I have been in denial. So I would starve myself during the week. And what do you do when you starve yourself? You obsess about food because you're hungry, right? On the weekends, I would go in my room and binge. I would sit on the floor by my bed so that if anybody came in, I could hide my food. And I would eat a whole pizza, a whole box of donuts, a whole bag of cakes, cookies, feeling shame and remorse, promising I'll be better on Monday. So I was at home with my roommate, and it just popped out of my mouth. You know, have you ever just said something you didn't mean to say? It just pops out, you're like, whoops. And I said, you know, I take laxatives. And my roommate closed her book, and she came over to me, and she put her arms on my shoulders, and she said, Elaine, that's so bad for you. You're hurting yourself. And I got this to spread my story and hopefully give people the courage that if you're having an issue or you have a friend or a roommate or a brother, a sister, a mother, an aunt, if you can, there's resources. So when you leave here today, ask yourself, am I truly hungry? And if the answer is yes, go for it. Whatever it is, enjoy it. Sit down, don't text, and eat, right? And if the answer is I'm not sure, ask yourself, what am I trying to feel?